Well, good morning. Good morning. This is Coffee with Carol, and today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Now, if you don't have a significant other, you're not married, you're not in a relationship, you might say to yourself, well, Valentine's Day really isn't for me. But I want you to know that in the biblical sense, Valentine's Day is for everybody all the time. And we should be thinking about love all the time because God is love, right? God is love. And I know that 1 Corinthians 13 is the love chapter. And so I want to talk about that because I think that Valentine's Day reminds us of what we are supposed to be doing on a daily basis, which is loving one another and caring for one another. So whether you're in a relationship or not, Valentine's Day by God's design is for you. So I'm going to read from the Message Bible because this one really makes sense to me. If I give everything I own to the poor and even go to the stake to be burned as a martyr, but I don't have love, I've gotten nowhere. So no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I am bankrupt without love. Love never gives up. It never gives up. Love cares more for others than for self. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. Love doesn't strut, doesn't have a swelled head, doesn't force itself on others, isn't always me first, doesn't fly off the handle, doesn't keep score of the sins of others, doesn't revel when others grovel, takes pleasure in the flowering of truth, puts up with anything, trusts God always, always looks for the best, never looks back, but keeps going to the end. Love, my friends, is not just about having a relationship or being married or having that girlfriend or boyfriend. It is not about that. Love should be encompassing our entire lives. And because God is love, then that is what we should be looking at in ourselves on a daily basis. How can we love others better? How can we do more for others and get ourselves out of the way? That's really what this is about. So as we look at Valentine's Day, and as we think about Valentine's Day, it's not about the candy. It's not about the flowers. It's not about the gifts, and it's not about the relationships. What love is love is a standard in a life by God's design. Love should be what you are made of and what you exude on a daily basis. And thinking about the Message Bible and how it says, it never gives up. Love never gives up. If you are full of love, then you will never give up. Love cares more for others than for self. That means that I'm going to continue to look for ways to think about other people, to serve others instead of thinking about my feelings or what I want. Love doesn't want what it doesn't have. So I'm not going to be looking for ways to get something that isn't mine. I'm going to trust that whatever is supposed to be mine is already mine or will be mine. Love doesn't strut and it doesn't have a swelled head. I'm not going to be boastful. I'm not going to be thinking that I'm better than or something along those lines, right? Love doesn't force itself on others. So you know what? I'm going to accept people for who they are, and I'm going to love them despite their faults and their challenges, right? Love isn't always me first. The world tells us to love self. Love yourself, and then you can love others. Well, God says, forget about you. Forget about you and just focus on other people. Love doesn't fly off the handle. It doesn't keep score of the sins of others. We shouldn't be looking at what are they doing and how come they're not doing it right? How come they're not following the rules? but rather to just accept people and really focus on how we can continue to love them and see them through God's eyes. Love doesn't revel when others grovel. When somebody else is going through a tough time, even if it's somebody that you don't really care for, you don't say, oh, karma is a, fill in the blank. We should be praying for people and wanting the best for people and lifting others up. In fact, that's what it says. It says that it takes pleasure in the flowering of truth, and it puts up with anything, and it always looks for the best. Are we looking for the best on a daily basis? Today is a reminder that we are to be love. We are to be love in everything that we do, and look for the best in others. Don't look backwards and say, well, that didn't happen, or I'm not happy about that, but rather look to the future. And if you're married, I want to tell you to go and read 1 Corinthians 7. Go read 1 Corinthians 7, because this is a really, really important thing. If you're going through any kind of a challenge in a relationship, it's so important to understand that we are in a spiritual battle, not a physical one. And so it's really important to be on the alert for that in everything that you're doing. I wish you the most amazing and happy Valentine's Day. And like I said, whether you're in a relationship or not, this is about looking at how we can love others, how we can care for others, how we can look for the best in others, and how we can lift up and encourage others. So make it an awesome day, and I will see you again real soon.